I was meant to be here about an hour ago, but I was getting the train here, and in true ScotRail fashion, I was delayed by over an hour. But anyway, we're here now in the Cairngorms National Park. I'm about 3 miles south of Aviemore, and I'm heading to Blair Atholl via the Braeriach and the Cairn Toul Traverse, which is to the west of Lairig Ghru. And I'll be doing this trip by myself today. Haven't gone on a solo trip for a while, so it makes for a nice change. The route I've planned is about 67 kilometers, so that's just over 40 miles, and I'll be planning on camping for 2 nights on the route. If you guys don't know, I live in Edinburgh, and right now it's the festival season. So Edinburgh is normally a city of about 500,000 people, but right now there's about 1.5 million people in the city for the festival stuff. So I thought I'd take the opportunity to escape the busy city and come and explore the Cairngorms a little bit. Being here by myself, it's a different kind of experience. I feel a lot more isolated, even though I'm probably about a mile away from a main road. It's weird. I'm not sure which I prefer really. I think going with someone else definitely has the advantages. I find pushing for miles at the end of the day, or when the going gets really tough, it becomes a lot easier because you have the chat, you have things to kind of help you pass the time. A lot of people I hike with don't like eating and walking at the same time, but since I'm here by myself, I can eat whilst walking. I've walked for about 7 miles now, and the scenery has completely changed. The forest has been left behind, and the view is just Lairig Ghru now. We've got mountains on both sides, and it's looking amazing. We're leaving Lairig Ghru behind us. It's continuing up north that way, but we'll be heading up here to climb Braeriach. Even though it's only 800 vertical meters from where we split off from Lairig Ghru to the top of Braeriach, this climb hasn't been the easiest. There's a lot of these big steps, so it's actually quite exhausting, and I still have about 400 something meters left to climb, so we're only halfway there. It is seriously windy up here! The conditions are so different between here and just half a kilometer away. Back there was so windy I couldn't breathe or talk, but now it's completely still and calm here, and feeling very hot. Probably need to take more layers off. I guess part of that is due to the sun being out. Top of Braeriach is just behind me, and still making good time. It's only 4:45, so I got another 3 or 4 hours before it gets dark. I don't think I'm going to head that far today. Maybe head to the Falls of Dee, because I don't really want to camp down the valley if possible. Over there's a stream. I think that would be by the Falls of Dee. If it's not too windy there, I think that's where I'm going to camp tonight. I've reached the Falls of Dee, and I'm going to change my plan. Instead of trying to find somewhere to camp immediately around here, I'm going to drink a lot of water, fill up the rest of my water bottles, and then go find a dry campsite. I still have a lot of time and I want to find like a really scenic campsite, and I've got 2 or 3 hours to do it. I'm not feeling so tired yet, so I'm quite happy just to keep walking until I find somewhere that's suitable. I think I finally found a place to pitch up at. It's just here. It's a little bit mossy, so it's going to be soft, and it's got a great view. Guess it could become a little bit of a problem if it starts raining really heavily with the water runoff, but I'm not expecting that because the weather forecast says it's not meant to rain at all. And also it's kind of moderately sheltered from the wind. It's not perfectly still here, but it's also not very windy. And I think it's a great combination because with the Lanshan, my main enemy is condensation. So the wind and a little bit of breeze definitely helps with that. Finally pitched up, took a lot longer than usual. I had to get some rocks to weigh the pegs down because they keep getting pulled out from the tension. Hopefully this will hold. But if not, it'll be an interesting night. Anyway, probably gonna get some food in me and then see if we get a sunset, but I'm not gonna hold my breath because there are a lot of clouds up in the sky right now. It's 7:30, I've eaten and there's not that much left to do. I mean, it's getting cold outside and the midges are out, so I'm not gonna hang around outside. I'm just gonna sit inside my tent, maybe get an early night's sleep. I heard recently that if you are sleeping in a new location, apparently half of your brain is awake at all times and being very alert at any changes in the surrounding. And I definitely experienced that last night. I woke up 4 or 5 times. I woke up for some night walkers who were hiking up this trail, and then I woke up when the wind picked up. I woke up when the rain started. Woke up naturally at around 5:30 because I noticed the sky was lighting up underneath my fly sheet. So I woke up, took some pictures, and it's now 6:50 and I'm packed up and ready to go. Today I'll be heading over to Cairn Toul and then Devil's Point, and from there we'll be descending down to the valley and then following the River Dee and then later the River Tilt. I'm aiming for over 30 kilometers or 20 miles today, just to make the final day shorter so I can get back to Edinburgh at a reasonable time. But I'm not feeling very confident about doing such a long day. I've not done such a long day in again, a very long time, and 20+ mile days are never easy, especially when you still have to climb. My legs were getting a little bit tired towards the end of the day yesterday, and that was only 21 kilometers. This is the top of Cairn Toul now, and I'm loving the layers of mountains behind me, but the climbing is not done, so I need to carry on. It's really hot now. It's about 9 o'clock and the sun is out in full force. Getting pretty thirsty, and I came across a stream, so I thought I'd take this chance to take a rest break, to filter some water. I was getting bitten to death by the midges. They really love me. I had to put my head net on, and look at this. The spots are already showing, and I've got a lump on my head as well. It's not looking great. Might have to find somewhere a bit windier to get some more water to drink. I've got Lairig Ghru behind, and that's the River Dee, which is where we will be heading to right after we descend. just about to descend down to River D, and I can't say I'm looking forward to it, because at the river level it's going to be less windy, it's going to be hotter, and there's going to be more midges. That's Devil's Point behind me, and I'm now down at the river level. I do need to increase my pace as well if I'm going to hit 30 kilometers or 20 miles today. I've walked for 3 hours so far, and I've only walked 8 kilometers or 5 miles. So there's not enough daylight at this current pace to hit that 20-mile mark. I also want to pitch up before it gets too late, because down at the river level I think the midges are going to be a huge problem for me tonight. It's windier than I thought it was going to be here. We got a little bit of a breeze coming from the south, which is cooling me down, keeping the flies away. And I'm now walking at 3.8 kilometers an hour on average, but I am getting quite hungry and I'm all out of water. It's 11 o'clock, so I will need to stop to eat and to fill up my water bottles. And what a convenient spot. My pace has definitely picked up since I descended off Devil's Point. I guess it's helped by this path, which is quite easy to navigate, and unless it becomes muddy, I can really just plow straight through. To keep myself motivated and to keep my pace up, I've been setting myself mini challenges along the way. For example, it's 12:38 now, and I've said that by 1 o'clock I want to hit 17 kilometers on my watch. I'm at 15.6 right now, and it seems to be working so far. I've hit every single mini target so far, and my average speed is right on track to complete the 30 kilometers before it gets too dark. Smash the 17 kilometers by 1 o'clock target that I set for myself. I just stopped by the river to filter some more water, and getting up again was a task. My legs are feeling really stiff right now, but still, I got another 6 kilometers to go. I've got some bad news. I dropped my camera in the water just over there. I put it on the tripod, and the tripod got blown over by a gust of wind, and it's not looking great. Probably not going to turn it on until I get home at least, so the rest of the video is going to be filmed on my phone camera. On the bright side, I'm nearly done with the day, I guess. It's only about 3 kilometers to go until I hit the 30 kilometer mark, and then I'll just go find a campsite and rest my legs. My legs are definitely feeling heavy now. There's my 30 kilometers before 5 o'clock, which means there is a maximum of 17 kilometers to walk tomorrow. And now I just have to find somewhere to camp for tonight. I've pitched up and I'm absolutely knackered. It's 5:30 and I walked just under 32 kilometers today. Lanshan set up in a pretty good spot. I think the views are pretty good here, but it's a little bit windy. But I'm pretty confident with the Lanshan in the wind, so I'm not too bothered by it. Anyway, I'm just gonna get some food in me and then rest my legs and carry on tomorrow. The midges were really bad this morning. I had to put my headset on to pack up my tent, and even then I still had to rub any exposed areas of my skin because the midges would get inside, and it's I forgot how annoying they could be in the highlands in summer. The weather has also changed. We no longer have clear skies and sunshine. There's now low rolling clouds through the hills and valleys. I'm pretty glad that last night I stopped when I did, not only because I was tired in the legs, but also, again, because of the midges. Right after I cooked and finished eating at around 6 o'clock, the midges really started to come out, and I was very glad that I was able to sit inside my tent and avoid them having their dinner whilst I was having mine. I think if I stopped even 10 minutes, 15 minutes later, I would have got bitten to death by the midges. My legs and feet are feeling really good this morning. They don't feel stiff or painful at all, even though I walked quite far yesterday. So that's a good sign, because I still have 16 kilometers to do today. Hoping to get to Blair Atholl by 1 o'clock-ish. Pretty amazed at what a fresh pair of legs and some easy navigation can do to my average speed. Yesterday I was barely averaging 3 kilometers per hour at the end of the day, and today I'm averaging 5 to 6. I've been walking for an hour and I've walked 5 kilometers, and the reason I've been able to achieve that pace is not only because I have fresh legs this morning, it's because I haven't stopped to eat, I haven't stopped to drink, and I haven't stopped to film as much as the previous 2 days. I've not been putting my camera or phone in this case on a tripod or a rock to walk away from it to go back and get it. So yeah, it's saving me a lot of time. I'm pretty much on course to get to Blair Atholl for 11 or half 11, which is an hour and a half to 2 hours earlier than I thought I would. The downside of wearing trail runners over boots is that walking through this grass with some dew on it is making my feet wet with every single step. It's kind of getting to the point where my toes are completely soaked now, and I've only been walking through this section for maybe half a kilometer. Having said that, the advantage of trail runners is that even though my feet are wet and my toes are pretty soaked, it's still comfortable to walk in, unlike boots. I'm really enjoying going through the forest. The sun's just coming out now and the trees and the leaves are keeping me cool. I'm less than a kilometer away from Blair Atholl now, so I think I'm going to end the video here. I walked 15k up to here in exactly 3 hours, so my pace has been really good for me. I haven't stopped at all for water or to eat. I've been eating and drinking on the road. If I were to do the route again, I think I'd definitely think about doing it northward from Blair Atholl to Aviemore as opposed to southward like I've done. And the reason for doing that is because the whole of today I kept looking back because I really enjoy the scenery of walking into the Cairngorms Mountains. It's a bit sad about what happened to my camera, but you know, stuff happens and I can't really do anything about it. It's still drying in my backpack right now, and I'm going to let it dry for a while longer before I even attempt to turn it on. But yeah, anyway, thank you guys all for watching. Take care, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.